Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Now I don't know how to call this. Should I call it lack of self-awareness, stupidity, which is actually associated with lack of self-awareness, criminality? I don't know. This article comes from Politico and it's from today, August 10th, 2022, and this is the title. I'm quoting, "I don't remember them ever telling us not to go." End quote. Pelosi denies military opposed Taiwan trip. Alright, well, maybe they didn't tell you, but you obviously thought that was okay for you to do, right? That comes into stupidity and lack of self-awareness, not an historic move as you think it's portrayed, or you want it to be portrayed as. Speaker Nancy Pelosi said on Wednesday that the US military never told her not to travel to Taiwan. Why? What? You don't have your own little egg out here? Defending her historic visit amid China's hostile response and the Biden administration's warnings. So why? So it's like you commit something that you do something that you're not supposed to do, and then your mom told you not to do it, your dad told you not to do it, and then you say, well, my brother didn't tell me not to do it. But what about the other ones? What about your own assessment of the repercussions, the consequences of your actions? You need your brother to tell you? Or not, let's say brother, the neighbor. The neighbor didn't tell me. Oh, okay. This is kindergarten thinking. That's a level. When you're in kindergarten, you argue like this. Well, he didn't tell me. Like, that's acceptable. But nowadays, believe it or not, that kind of, I would call it argumentation, works. Works not only in the kindergarten, first graders, high school, at your place of employment. It works for some. If you belong to certain, then yes, that works just fine. Just fine. I was late today, 3 hours at work, because I slept longer, because last night I drank some wine. Okay. But if I say that, so let's see what this woman says. A long-time China hawk, and her husband makes, or he used to, make business with China, didn't he? But she's a hawk. Dating back to the Tiananmen Square massacre. Oh, that's a massacre. Okay. It was something over there. I'm not going to discuss that. Anyway, I'm not defending the Chinese government. Let's put that aside, okay? At all. It's nothing to defend there. It was obvious what happened. Pelosi told reporters on Wednesday that Beijing used her trip to Taiwan last week as a pretext for its stepped-up aggression towards the self-governing island. So it's the Chinese whose fault is now. It's not. She didn't do anything. Her actions should be interpreted only like this, as a historic visit, and anyone else could not and should not see it differently than she does. No. That tells you a little bit of a tyrant here, and she's from the liberal party. Liber from liberté, from liberty, means you have more freedom. I had this where I come from Romania. Exactly this kind of things. When they tell you what to do, they tell you no, that's not. When I went in college over there, I had a how should I translate that? In a classics, it was classical literature over there, and we had to make a little paper, bringing a lot of classics and come with a conclusion and so on. So I made mine. When I came over there, I criticized certain things, and the professor told me, Kosman, who you're a student. You can't criticize that. You can't criticize that. But I said, but look, did you look at my arguments? You can't criticize that. Sit down. That's how they talk to you. Here, they might say, oh, interesting. But at least they let you, do it. or at least I'm expecting someone to tell me, okay, this is why your argument is stupid. And if they tell me that and they show me that, okay, thank you very much. I got smarter. I know now I got information. Thank you. That worked in my interest, in my behalf. You might not like it being told you're stupid, but you learn at least. So that's the first step. So she condemned China's effort to isolate Taiwan from the rest of the world and said it was necessary to visit the island to salute this thriving democracy and uphold the status quo in the Taiwan Strait. You didn't do anything. You create more problems. You create more problems with your salute. What we saw with China is that they were trying to establish a new normal, Pelosi said, and we just can't let that happen. You know, her denture is always falling and she has to somehow make sure it's right there or it didn't fall or something. I don't remember them ever telling us not to go, Pelosi said of the US military, and I'm quoting again, "We are very proud of our military." Yeah, because they can do that to you. Their preparation actually, I think, minimized the impact of the Chinese on our trip, so they took very good care of us. She laughed. Beijing's move to slap sanctions on her, telling reporters, that is incidental to me, of no relevance whatsoever. All right, so that's what it is with this guy's gone off the rail. It's unbelievable. Pelosi and 5 Democrats who traveled with her received widespread bipartisan support for the trip in Taiwan. They were like, shoot her plane down. Go, Pelosi. Yes, go, 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 go. Shoot her down. China. I think that was a support. Go. Maybe this way we get rid of you because you keep getting elected and 1,599 years old. Oh man, your brain lost already 250 grams of brain material. Matter. Go take care of the grandchildren or great children, I think, if you were in a hurry, you know what I mean? Oh my God. So she's very happy about it. And the military did not tell her what to do, to stop. And besides, just look at, there are a lot of videos, and not only, when you look the retired colonel, he's not a general because the military did not like his book and did not like what he said, Douglas McGregor, what he talks about the United States fighting a war in the vicinity of China for Taiwan. And see what he says about that. How many chances we have. And he said, we are sitting ducks. All they do over there is just go in the interior if they want, and they can shoot us with missiles, sink us. We can't win over there. And I think so. What are you going to do? You're going to land in where? South Korea? You have to go through North Korea. What are you going to do? Japan? Again, a sea. And Japan is just a strip of land like that. You know what I mean? Bum, 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 bum. Flatten. And I don't think the Chinese will be like the Russians, surgical, let's put it this way. I think the Chinese will be like, that's what they're going to do. You'll see. Because we're heading that way. And I'm not like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. But are we de-escalating anything? No. Everything is an escalation. Iran is escalation right there. Russia can talk about that with Latvia, Lithuania, and all those little cats meowing. And then you have now China with Taiwan. What's next? What's next? Thank you very much for being with me again today. They didn't tell her. All right, go Pelosi, go, shoot her down. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.